Welcome to Stretch with Peter Bartlett. Please find a suitable space to exercise in. Program 1. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Lift your right heel and circle your right foot 4 times to the right. Then change direction and circle the foot 4 times to the left. Next, do the same with the left foot 4 times to the left and 4 times to the right. Bring your feet together. Bend your knees slightly and place your hands over your knees. Rotate the knees 4 times to the right, locking the knees back briefly after every rotation. Change direction, rotating the knees 4 times to the left, again locking the knees after each turn. Now stand up with the feet shoulder width apart, hands on hips. Circle your pelvis 4 times to the left, making big circles each time, as if you've got a hula hoop around your waist. Then reverse the direction and circle 4 times to the right. Now, balancing on your left leg, lift your right knee high and circle the leg from the inside to the outside 4 times, pointing your toes down to the ground as you do this. Then circle the leg 4 times in the opposite direction, from the outside to the inside. Change legs and repeat these movements with the left knee raised high, first circling inside to outside 4 times, and then from the outside to the inside, again, 4 times. Stand with the feet a little wider now and with your arms raised to the horizontal. Swing first round to your right, then back round to your left and slapping your own back with your hand each time. Remember to keep looking straight ahead the whole time, focusing your eyes on a point directly in front of you. Breathe out as you turn away and in as you return to the midline, hanging loose. Shrug your shoulders as high as you can and let them drop back suddenly. Do this 4 times, letting gravity do the work for you. Next, point your fingers of your right hand and place them on top of your right shoulder. Roll the elbow 4 times around the side of your head in a circle, rotating forwards. Reverse the direction of the rolling and make 4 more circles with your elbow rotating backwards. Now, switch to the other arm and do the same movements, first rolling the elbow 4 times forwards and then 4 times backwards. Remember to keep your elbow as close to your head as possible. Now engage both arms, fingers on top of shoulders, and firstly do 4 forward rolling movements with both elbows, followed by 4 backward movements, and again, keeping your elbows close to your head as you roll the elbows. Straighten your arms and rotate the shoulders with both arms making large circles together, like the blades of a windmill. Do this up to 12 times, rotating them backwards, and then reverse the direction, rotating both arms forward and at speed. Notice how your hands cross alternately in front of you. Next, rotate one arm in one direction, while the other rotates in the opposite direction. Do this up to 12 times, and then change the directions of the arms that are moving, and do this for up to 12 full movements. You'll notice that swinging the hips a little makes this action easier to perfect. Now, use your left hand to pull your right arm straight across your chest, fingers pointing straight and to your left. Press your left hand firmly against your upper arm to get more leverage. Holding this for a count of 12, and then reverse the arms. Now keeping the pressure on the left upper arm with your right hand. Do this for a count of 12, and then drop your arms to your sides. With the arms straight out in front, palms facing upwards, flex your wrists and draw your fingers towards you. Then extend them by drawing the fingers downwards. Now, turn the hands 90 degrees so the palms face each other, and flex and extend your wrists once more. Turn your palms to face down and repeat the flexion and extension movements. Then turn your palms outwards and repeat the movements, and finally drop your arms to your sides. For your head, both hands hang down by your sides, and slowly on an out breath, bend your head forwards, taking 4 seconds to do so. Let your head hang for about a count of 4, chin on chest, breathing in and out, before raising on an in-breath to the midline, and then breathing out and let your head slowly stretch back with your mouth open, taking 4 seconds. Breathe in and out, and then on an in-breath, slowly raise your head to the midline. Now slowly on an out-breath, rotate your head to the left, taking 4 seconds to do so. Breathe in and out. Then on an in-breath, slowly return your head to the midline. Breathe out as you rotate your head to the right, taking 4 seconds to do so. Breathe in and out, and then on an in-breath, slowly return your head to the midline. And finally, on an out-breath, tilt your head, slowly taking your left ear to your left shoulder. Breathe in and out, and then on an in-breath, slowly return your head to the midline. Breathe out as you tilt your head slowly to the right side. Breathe in and out, and then on an in-breath, slowly return your head to the midline. Now, clench your fists and place them behind your back, resting them on the lowest part of your spine. Breathe in, then as you breathe out, lean back and twist your body round to the right so you're looking behind you. Breathe in as you return to the midline, and breathe out as you arch your back and turn round to the left, looking behind you and remaining for a second or two in this position. Breathe in as you return to the midline. Both arms above your head, hands touching if possible. Breathe out and stretch to your left, feeling the stretch in your right side and try not to collapse into your left side of your body. Breathe in and stand straight again. Breathe out as you lean backwards. Breathe in as you straighten up once more. Breathe out as you stretch to the right, feeling the ribs on the left side releasing and making sure you are not collapsing into the right side. Breathe in and straighten up. Drop the arms and march on the spot, with opposite arm and leg moving together, lifting your arm as high above your head as you swing it up and lifting the rising knee as high as you can in front of you. Repeat these movements for at least 16 marching steps, making sure you're lifting opposite arm and leg together. This is the end of the joints conditioning session. Now why not drink some water to hydrate yourself, or move straight on to the next set of exercises. Program 2. Stand with the feet shoulder width apart, hands by your side. Breathing in, raise your hand to chest level, palms facing up, keeping your hands close to your chest. Breathing out, lift your hands all the way up, turning your palms out and away from you. Breathing in, drop the arms to the horizontal, palms facing down, then continue to drop the arms to your sides as you breathe out. Repeat by breathing in, hands lift to the chest, out as you stretch up, in as you drop the arms halfway, out as you let the arms drop to your sides. Breathe in as your hands rise, breathe out as they stretch up, breathe in as your arms drop halfway, breathe out as you let them hang. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. For the last time, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now hold on to something for balance if you need to. Pick up your right leg at the ankle with your right hand and pull your foot towards your back as close as you can, keeping the knees close together. Hold this position for 15 seconds, breathing normally. Feel the stretch on the front of the thigh, keeping your back straight and lifting upwards all the time. Change legs, holding the left ankle with your left hand and as close to you as possible. Breathing normally, deeply and slowly. This is a real test of balance, as well as providing a deep stretch to your quadriceps muscles. From standing, turn your feet inwards 45 degrees, with the knees bent, pointing inwards towards each other. Breathe out, let your upper body drop slowly forwards and simply hang, releasing tension in the lower back. After about 10 seconds, turn both feet to the front again and slowly straighten your legs, feeling the stretch now in the hamstring and calf muscles at the back of the legs. keeping your back relaxed and your neck and head loose and relaxed whilst you're in this position for a little while longer. After another 10 seconds, bend your knees slightly. Breathe in and slowly uncurl your back and stand upright. Breathe out and step backwards with your right leg, which stays straight, and your left leg bends, left knee above left foot, left shin vertical. Sink down into this lunge position. Now turn the right foot 90 degrees to the right and let your right leg slide further back. And if you're able, then roll over on your right instep as you drop further down. You can raise your arms above your head if you wish, or leave them hanging by your sides. Breathe in and out for a few breaths, and then slowly return to a standing position. Now drop the left leg behind you, and keeping your back upright, turn your left foot out 90 degrees to the front foot and slowly drop down further, breathing out as you lower yourself into position, then breathing normally and stretching your arms up if you wish. Always check your feet position, which should be spread wide, shoulder width apart, and with your hips perpendicular to the way you are facing. If done correctly, you should feel the stretch deep inside the lower abdomen on the side of the straight leg. Breathe in and return to standing. Stand with your feet 2 shoulder widths apart. Keeping your back as straight as possible for as long as possible, breathe out as you bend forwards, your hands reaching to the floor. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs and on the inside of your legs. Stay in this position for a few seconds, breathing normally. Now breathe out as you slowly walk the hands across to your left leg, and if you can, hold on to your left shin and feel the increased stretch and a gentle rotation taking place in your back. Breathe normally through this movement and stay in this position for a few more seconds. Next, slowly walk your hands across the right leg and repeat this stretch once more, taking your head closer to your leg, millimeter by millimeter, and breathing normally, and stay in this position for a few more seconds. Then on an out breath, and keeping low, take your hands back to the center. Rotate your hands with your fingers now pointing backwards, and walk your hands between your feet as far as they will go. Keeping the feet where they are and making sure that both feet are pointing forwards, and by bending both knees, raise your upper body, straighten your back, and sink into this next posture as if you are sitting on an imaginary horse. Raise your arms in front of you to chest height, with elbows wide and fingers pointing to each other but not touching, as if you are holding on to an imaginary beach ball in front of you. Keep the legs strong and the knees pushed out over the feet, which are pointed straight ahead and are parallel to each other. Breathe normally and a little deeper. If you can, breathe continually through your nose through this exercise. Draw your abdominal muscles in, and in doing so, working to strengthen your core. Lengthen your back, keeping your spine straight and upright, your head lifted with your chin pointed downwards. If your legs get tired at any point, simply stand up briefly, shake your legs and arms, and then return to the position straight away. This exercise builds strength in many muscle groups and also helps you to root yourself into the ground, helping to improve stability, balance, and general posture. Finally, breathe in, stand up, and shake your legs and arms if you wish. So this is the end of the muscle conditioning session. Now why not drink some water to hydrate yourself? Program 3. Stand with your feet 2 shoulder widths apart. Swivel on the feet to the left, with the right foot turned in 45 degrees, and the left foot turned completely to the left. Keeping the legs straight, and where possible with the knees locked back and the kneecaps lifted. Lift both arms to the horizontal, and then, without rotating at the waist, slowly bend to the left. Your right arm stretches upwards, with the palm facing forward, and your left arm stretches down towards the floor, sliding down your shin to the left foot or touching the floor on the outside of your foot. Try to make a straight line along your outstretched arms. Turn your head and gaze up at your right hand. Keep moving your right hip further back and moving your left hip further forward, millimeter by millimeter, to maintain the flattest profile you can. Imagine doing this exercise between two panes of glass. Keep working in this posture for another few seconds, extending and breathing into the whole body. Next, slowly come back to the standing upright, keeping your arms stretching outwards before swiveling on the feet to the right. So now the left foot turns in 45 degrees and the right foot turns completely out to the right. Repeat all of the original moves, but now to the right side, sliding your right hand slowly down your right leg, sending your left arm upwards. Be aware of not letting the body rotate towards the floor. Looking upwards towards your left hand. Keep a flat profile. Keep both legs straight and strong. Keep strong in the thigh muscles. Remember to keep stretching both sides of your rib cage in this posture. Breathe deep and expand your chest. After a few more seconds of stretching, slowly come back to a standing position and lower the arms to your sides. Sit on the floor with both legs straight out in front of you. Next, open the legs out as wide as you can, using your hands to push your heels away from each other as far as you can. Sit upright, keeping your back as straight as possible. If necessary, using your hands behind you on the floor to lever yourself forward, holding this position for 15 seconds. Reaching forward with your hands to slide down your legs to your shins, to your feet or beyond, whatever your body allows. Your right hand moving to your right foot and your left hand to your left foot. And hold this position for a few more seconds. Next, move your right hand over to reach out towards your left foot and keep stretching with both arms to the left. And hold this position for a few more seconds. Next, repeat this move to the right side, with both arms stretching to the right foot. Hold this position for a few more seconds. Finally, return to the central position, with the left hand stretching to the left foot and the right hand stretching to the right foot, and hold this position for a further few seconds. Then sit upright again. Next, lie face down on the floor, resting your head on your left forearm and bend your right knee so that your right foot points upwards. Then grasping your right ankle with your right hand, gently but firmly pull your foot towards you, thereby increasing the stretch in your right quadriceps or thigh muscles. Continue to do this for a few more seconds. Next, let that leg go and repeat the movements, but this time on the left side. Again, for a few more seconds. Now, grasp your left ankle with your left hand and your right ankle with your right hand and pull both towards you, lifting your head and chest up as you do to achieve a stretch across the whole of the front of your body. Do this for a few more seconds. Then release the ankles and relax for a couple of breaths. Remain lying down and stretch both arms out to the front. Draw your head and torso up while dragging your hands on the floor towards you, using only the strength of your back muscles to do this. At the point where you cannot extend your spine any further, straighten out or extend your arms with your palms still on the floor. This will now give you a little extra extension on your spine. Hold this position for a few more seconds. Then release yourself back to lying flat on the floor, resting your head on your hands for a few breaths. When you've rested for a little while, repeat the above movements. If you have no spinal-related problems, you may intensify the stretch each time by drawing the hands a little closer to you on each subsequent movement. And you can repeat this sequence one more time. Feeling the warmth in the lower back, feeling the front of the body stretching. Then relax and rest for a couple of breaths. From the face down position, slowly push yourself back so that your bottom moves towards your feet, using your hands to gently push you further back. Rest your forehead on your hands or on the floor if you can. Stay in this position for a few more seconds, feeling the stretch in the lower part of your spine. From this position, push forward into a kneeling or four-square position. On an out-breath, push your back upwards and let your head gently drop downwards. Then reverse this position on an in-breath by pushing your back down towards the floor and raising your head upwards. Make the movements as smooth as possible, transitioning seamlessly from one to the other. The head down position is called the cat, the head up position, the cow. Repeat this sequence 4 or 5 times and finish in the starting position. From the kneeling or four-square position, lift your left leg off the floor behind you to the horizontal, pointing your toes downwards. And lift your right arm up in front of you to the horizontal, stretching the fingers as far as you can away from you. Hold this balanced position, breathing steadily for a few more seconds. Gently return to the kneeling position, and then repeat the movements with the opposite limbs and hold for the same length of time. Breathing steadily, working the tissues constantly. Then return to the kneeling position. And now stand up. From standing, and if the condition of your knees and hips allow, drop slowly into a full squat position, or however low you can manage. Use a firmly anchored object in front of you to hold on to if needed. Make sure that both your feet, heels and toes, are on the floor. In other words, the entire sole of each foot is flat on the floor. Keep your back as straight as possible throughout this movement. Have both your arms outstretched in front of you to balance, or raised horizontally in front of you or above your head if you can do it easily. Stay in this position for a few more seconds. Now stand up slowly. In standing, take some time to march on the spot, raising opposite arm and leg. In other words, the right arm moves with the left leg, and then the left arm with the right leg. Lift each arm or leg as high as you can manage, and let the arms really swing, keeping them fully extended or straightened as you swing them. Keep marching for up to half a minute. Finally, this is a loose, random skipping or jumping now on the spot with a little side-to-side movement, shaking loose any residual tension from your body. Let your hands and arms flap about like a loose puppet. Loose jumping. Enjoy it. And finally, finish in standing. And this is a good time now to take some water. Thank you.